Welcome to the spine-chilling stories, where you hear true horror stories around the world that are both creepy and chilling. So let's dive in. The Screamers in the Swamp. In May 2002, 4 college students, Rachel, Darnell, Chris, and Maya, set out on a weekend camping trip deep in Florida Everglades. Armed with maps and a rented canoe and a sense of adventure, they planned to explore the area and travel near the Big Cypress. Local of that area, the local people who lived there warned them not to go there, not to venture too far, because something evil lurks there. According to the locals, there's this legend of the Skunk Ape, an ape who looks like abnormally large, about 11 or 12 feet tall, and walks like human. They say that it was evil, hunts human and animals, and whoever venture deep into the forest, that thing will attack them. The campers laugh it off, saying that it was just folklore and that things like that didn't exist, assuming just something of a superstition and the locals trying to scare them. They carry on, but they don't know what awaits them. Because, like it or not, there was a big haunted surprise that was awaiting for them. As the sun dipped low and insects thickened like fog, the swamp grew silent in a way that made their skin crawl. And there was this eerie feeling that they think something was watching them. That night, after the campfire crackled quietly as they exchanged stories, mosquitoes buzzed, frogs croaked, and then around 1 a.m. in the night, everything stopped. No sound, no breath, not even a sound of a cricket, and even the wind. Suddenly, from deep within the blackness of the swamp, a piercing guttural scream echoed, not of a panther, not of any animal, and not of a man. It sounded like something massive, inhuman, and not even animal was screaming in pain and rage. Chris stood up, flashlight trembling in hand. "What the hell is that? What the hell is that?" Then came a second scream, louder. The ground shivered. The air stunk of rot and sulfur, like something dead had been left to ferment. It was unbearable smell of something rotten that they all have to cover their nose and faces. At 3:37 a.m., Rachel awoke to the sound of a heavy breathing right outside the tent. She stood up, frozen. Then the side of the tent collapsed inward as something massive slammed into its steering nylon open with its claws. The others scream as they scramble out, shining their flashlights into the dark. Maya tripped and screamed. Her leg had been clawed, deep scratches oozing blood. She was injured and terrified. The creature stood just at the tree line, eyes glinting red-orange, its body covered in thick matted hair, shoulders wider than any human, and the stench, sulfur, sewage, rotting meat. They run. The thing didn't follow, it just watched. At dawn, bruised and exhausted and terrified, they stumbled back to the canny. Maya limped, bleeding, and Rachel sobbing silently. Chris constantly looking behind them, swearing that he heard footsteps in the water. As they pushed off, the creature screamed again, further, but unmistakable. The air still reeked. They padded in the silence, the swamp seemingly watching them, the shifting around them. Back in the civilization, they went to the local clinic for the Maya's wound. The nurse took one look and asked, "You were in the Big Cypress, weren't you?" Region later confirmed that similar reports surface every few years. Screams, shredded tents, disappearance. "We'll call it a skunk ape," he said. Some say it's just an animal, others say it's something ancient, something not meant to be found. And we believe that. It's better to not talk about it. None of the four ever camped again. Chris moved to Colorado. Maya never spoke of it, and Rachel would wake up screaming some nights. Darnell started researching Bigfoot sightings full time. To this day, if you camp too far into the Florida Everglades, you might hear it. The screams that aren't wind, aren't footsteps that didn't splash. And if the smell of a sulfur fills your lung, don't run. Pray you're not already too late. Just never look into the eye of that ape creature, the screamer of the swamp. For more stories like this, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching the spine-chilling stories.